Roxy's popping by later with a gorgeous GSM, so I thought she would love some little pizzettas to go with it. Now, this is not a traditional pizza recipe where we cook it in the oven. Instead, I'm going to make mini pizzettas and fry them in oil. After that, I'm going to top them with some beautiful things. So let's get on with the dough. I've got about 550 to 600 grams of flour here. Good pinch of salt to this. When it's not seasoned, it doesn't taste like anything, so please salt that flour. And I've also given myself a bit of a head start with the yeast. Now, this is going to help it rise. It's simply instant yeast that you can get from any supermarket, 7 grams, and I've placed some flour in there in a little warm water. And by doing that, you can see that it just doubles in size and it activates. So this can go straight into our flour, make a well in the centre, and we'll pop that in. And then I'll just start to mix that in, just with a metal spoon. I always find it easier with a metal spoon. And I'll start adding my water. Now, this water is warm. You do want it to be warm, again, to activate that yeast and allow this gorgeous dough to become quite smooth and soft as we start to knead it. Now, every flour is different, so you may need a little more flour or a little less, and we'll be able to see this when we start to knead it. So in with the first batch of water. Now that that's becoming really hard to mix, I'm going to take the spoon out. We're going to tip this on to the wooden table, and then just with your hands, bring everything together and just start kneading. So this is going to take about 10 minutes. Then I'm going to pop it back into the bowl, cover it with some cling wrap or just a clean tea towel, and let it sit there for about 1 hour or until it doubles in size. The big reveal, look at this. Isn't that gorgeous? You know this is a good dough because it's doubled in size, it's fluffy. And now it's always sad when you do this with pizza dough. We've just got to knock it back to get it out of the bowl. The best thing about this little recipe is you don't need to prove it again. So just one prove, which is always a nice thing to do when you're cooking in the outdoors. So now we're just going to gather it. Because it is quite sticky, just a little bit of flour on your hands. Just knock it back, just gently. And because I want to make little pizzettas, I'm going to cut this into 8. So let's go half. I can just feel, see how I'm cutting that, how soft that is? You can see it's a really good dough. So we'll cut that again and again. So we've got 4 portions. Grab yourself a bit of flour and just pop that straight over the table. And this doesn't have to be perfect. I want them to be homemade. So use, again, the palm of your hand just to spread the pizza out. I'd say throw it in the air, but oh, maybe not. And then you can get your rolling pin and just roll it slightly. Now you can make these into large pizzettas, medium ones, or just like I'm doing, some cute little small ones. So I'm not baking these, but deep frying it. It may seem weird, but they go so crispy. They're absolutely delicious. And they only take, about 3 to 4 minutes on each side, but you kind of want to carefully plunge that dough in the hot oil and wait till it goes slightly golden and then turn it over. It's such a cool way to serve pizzas.
Hey, Justine, what have we got here?
Roxy, perfect timing. Oh, and you've brought the perfect accompaniment to go with these pizzas. What have you got?
I've got a gravel track GSM, which is actually my favourite one to go with pizza as well.
GSM, what does it mean? What does it stand for?
It is a Grenache,
Yep.
Shiraz and Mourvedre. So it's a blend of these 3 varieties. As a blend, they just go perfectly together.
Yes.
You get this really
Thank you.
beautiful bright fruit from the Grenache, some plum notes from the Shiraz that just fills out that middle palate and then some savoury elements from the Mourvedre. I'm just going to pop this behind you.
Oh, that's stunning. And why do you think that goes so perfectly with sort of fried pizzas like this?
Well, it's one of our lighter style wines at Barossa Valley Wine Company, so it just goes perfectly with pizza.
Oh, any type of pizza, right?
Any type of pizza.
So let's make it together. I mean,
All right.
for these pizzas, because we're in the Barossa, I wanted to use some produce from the region, so some local prosciutto.
This looks
I found
delicious.
This. Oh, it's so good here, and why not? So we just pop that straight on. You don't need the pizza sauce underneath it. And then I thought, why not try that salty, sweet combo? So a little pear, really crunchy pear. This contraption is a mandolin. Looks a bit dangerous, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. A little bit sharp.
And I just like to pop that just in and around.
Right.
Really thin slices so it doesn't take over the saltiness of that prosciutto. And then a little rocket just for some pepperiness. I mean, you can't have pizza without cheese. So a bit of Parmesan because it's nutty. And I know you love your cheese.
I love my cheese.
So I'll just grate it with just a peeler if the wind doesn't take it away. Do you want some?
Yes, please.
So straight over the top. And Roxy, do you want to grab that balsamic
Yes.
vinegar? Now that's again from just around the corner here in Barossa. It's balsamic glaze, so it's sticky, it's slightly sweet.
It looks
just drizzle it
delicious.
over. Oh, and you just need the smallest amount. Should we dig in?
It looks
Oh,
fantastic.
I'm going to cut a bit off. Listen to this.
Oh, fabulous.
And then have a taste of that.
Oh, thank you.
With the wine, I reckon we're onto something here. Oh, it's nice to enjoy the fruits of our labour, right? I mean,
It is.
this took me about 15 minutes or maybe an hour. How long did it take you to craft this gorgeous GSM?
Only about 18 months.
Oh, well, only. You know what? It's worth the wait. That is a stunning wine. Cheers, my friends.
Cheers.